there's a range of things that an education business partnership can offer employers. I think a key thing is to actually coordinate with them the links they can make with schools. So I think that's a primary function of an EBP. So the employers aren't thinking, who should we approach the local EBP, and then through the EBP we can go down a whole range of avenues, work with a whole range of schools, and actually make it very, very effective, time effective and cost effective for them. And that's a tried and tested strategy that really, really works for them.
The impact we've had in terms of publicity and free advertising for a small business has just been fantastic. And you know that they're things that we might not have had the necessary time or investment available to do off our own back. So it's the business case for community engagement like this is simple for us, and it's something that we're very keen to continue. We would encourage other companies to do the same.
Working with the EBP in the schools and working with students is really good, and I think the publicity is great, and I get to work with some fantastic people. I've been in the local papers, the Chronicle, the Observer, the Brentford Times, about the work that I've been doing, and the sort of publicity, what's got me is extra work.
My company is really committed to the communities in which we live and work, and we like to take the message of sustainability in construction, working within our communities. Another key benefit is that working in schools and communities is extremely good for our profile.
What I like to do is give back to the community that I belong to, and the schools that are here are ideally placed for that. And the way you would do it is you can just contact your local EBP.
The educational side is important not only because it helps attract new employees to us, but actually our staff enjoy it. And one of the things that we've seen with the intern programme that we run is that the interns themselves have been so enthusiastic, and that in itself has been quite inspiring. And it was rewarding to get the Jubilee Cup, which was presented by the Hounslow Chamber of Commerce earlier on this year. But actually the ultimate reward is when people come back and work for you.
It doesn't matter if you're a one-man band operation or a multinational organisation, you can work with these students, and especially our industry. I just love the enjoyment and seeing when the light bulb goes on in these students that says, that's why he's been asking me to do that, and that's why I should do that. And it's that responsibility, that the onus of responsibility of when they say, actually, I'm doing this for myself and the team. I'm not doing it because he's told me, I'm doing it for myself.
I would say if you want your next big idea, for your business, something to get your business off the ground, you need to come in and work with some young people, because they have got some ideas that sometimes when they come out with the ideas and they come out with, I just think, oh my gosh, I did not think of that, because it's fresh, it's new, there's no boundaries. It may upset, it may make you laugh, but generally it's fresh and it's new. So I would advise employers to come in and work with schools, because it's where it's at.
Feedback amongst our staff has been absolutely fantastic. We're also finding through quite detailed surveys and focus groups with those volunteers that they're actually seeing an increase in self-confidence, a greater sense of well-being and happiness, and which ultimately links into almost a higher sense of loyalty to the firm itself.
And I was surprised, because there were people that leapt at the chance to give up their time, and once they were in an environment with children that could be quite imposing and nerve-wracking, that they would just went about their job and really got into it. And we've got people now that are signing up for wanting to do more volunteering on the back of this.
I will ask the nearby site if I can have some volunteers to facilitate. We don't usually have a lot of trouble getting them. They like doing it, and it gives them the feel-good factor.
It means a lot that my employer actually is willing to set some time aside, or some of the time I'm getting paid for, and invest that in a really good cause. And it just supports it a lot more, makes me think, well, I work for a good employer. And it's really motivating generally as well in the rest of my week to know that, and encouraging as well.
Whenever I devise a new activity, especially the big ones, I work with education business partnerships, and I also have a core of teachers who I bring in, and we discuss it and also put together what the learning outcomes will be, which is quite an important part of my job, to prove that there is a learning outcome.
When we get employers involved, they always really enjoy what they do. They don't think they're going to enjoy it, but they do, because they find it a new challenge. It's a different challenge. It's very different to their day job, although they're actually bringing in skills from their day job to young people in our schools.
I mean, there are EBPs everywhere, and we're lucky we've got a really good EBP here that actually engages with us.
The range of employers that we do actually work with are large multinationals, many of them, but we also work very closely with companies of 1 and 2 people, and they have an enormous amount to offer as well. But we also work with the services, the local hospital, we work with charities, we work with SMEs. It's right across the economic spectrum, and all of these organisations work very closely with us and actually support what we do.